Hey everybody, Douglas Blair Roberts here, Super for 100, the brown skin human, and of course, yeah, brown skin human coming at you with another video series review. This is the intro to my various Saturday morning prime time American-based cartoons, both children, preteen, teenage, and adult. Quote unquote adult. This intro will be for two parts. One, a short narration, and the second part, a full length long webcam where I explain more about the cartoon I'm quote unquote reviewing. So, with that being said, let's get this video started right now. This is also a rant. Some of these cartoons will be rants, so yeah, let's get started right now. Let me show you who I am and what I'm here for. Here for. Hey, trying to reach inside of me, trying to take my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Simple curiosity, trying to signify to me. Let me show you just what I'm made of now. Hey everybody, it's time for the second part of it's time for the second larger webcam portion of my Total Drama Island review. And my short thoughts on the sequels, which I haven't fully decided if I'm going to review or rant on those yet. But yeah, like I said in the narration portion, this season was the greatest and best season of Total Drama Island. Like I said, I discovered this show in 2008, instantly became a fan, and I decided to rewatch this show by remembering a lot of moments, memes from this show, and decided to rewatch it, and I enjoy this show much better now than I did back when I saw it for the first time. A perfect show to watch when you're in a terrible in bad mood. Bad mood. I also enjoy people's various reactions to these episodes. I wish I could do a reaction, but I've already seen all of these episodes before, so yeah, wouldn't be much to react to. Yeah. So like I said in the narration portion, my favorite episodes, my favorite episodes and characters. Favorite episodes are the pilot, where we're introduced to all the campers, where they all arrive at Camp Wakanaka, and they think they're going to a summer relaxation resort. It turns out they're going to a dirty camp, and they were tricked into signing to spend several weeks at this quote-unquote camp. At this quote-unquote camp that is surrounded by wild animals, including bears, Sasquatches, sharks, etc., and
Much fun is a mouthful of impacted molars. Sure, 8 weeks with these losers is cause for insanity, but at least the mothership knows where Gwen is.
etc. Then they immediately do their first. Then the next episodes 2, where they immediately do their first challenge, the jump, and then episodes 3 through 6, which the next one features. The next challenge is the dodgeball challenge. Then the next several episodes features multiple random challenges and Duncan, the character of Duncan bullying Harold. Then you got episodes 13, where Chef Hatchet, he takes over the challenges. And issues his own form of challenge in the form of a series of boot camps, where he is downright hilarious in this episode. Chef, when he's down hilarious in this episode, and this is the episode where Courtney is mysteriously eliminated, and it's revealed that Harold tampered with the votes to get back at Duncan by rigging the votes so that Courtney got eliminated instead of him. The next episode, he gets eliminated. And has one of the best send-offs. In a series where he high fives his rivals and everyone there, and admits that he's become a man. He's become a man because he saw boobies. And then you got what was the next episode? Then episode 17, the big hide-and-go-seek episode, where Chef Hatchet has to find and eliminate everyone in the game, and he actually finds everyone. He actually manages to find everyone with the help of Heather, and Bridget accidentally gets sprayed by a skunk, and thus gets voted off the island. Episode 18, this was the big bike episode. They had to design their own bikes. And this is the episode where Heather, where Lindsay gets eliminated in the most BS fashion ever, even though she was second to cross the line. Because the other ones never crossed the line. She's considered the last one, thus she is eliminated, and thus Heather reveals that she was using her all along and kicks her to the curb, and Lindsay has her superhero moment where she finally stands up to Heather and tells her off for using her and kicking her aside like a dirty tool. When it was all over, where she actually swears. It was censored in the Cartoon Network version airing of this cartoon, but it was left. It was and then she has a friendly party. She friendly parts with the main cast and tells Heather, I hope you get what your karma deserves. Which this is epic foreshadowing for what I'm about to talk about in a minute. Then you had episode 22, where we go to the Losers Island Resort, where the losers are on actual relaxation resort. After being in a dirty camp, the losers are actually rewarded with the cool resort.
You could imagine
Resort where Courtney is hilariously looking for Harold for eliminating her. Is hilariously looking for Harold for eliminating her, and rips out a light pole and hit Harold with also there was lots of funny moments in this episode, such as Ezekiel kept trying to hit on Bridget, to which Bridget finally got fed up with it and whacked him. Another Harold trying to hide, to which Harold says, "Trent, pass me some of the bologna," and Trent passes some of the bologna, and Ezekiel says, "Hey, yo, what are you doing that for? He's a traitor. What are you helping him for? He's a traitor." And Trent said, "I can't let him starve. He can't come out here.
I dare sweat.
He can't come out here." Cody getting a tan, and DJ keeps accidentally injuring the bunny. He pounds the thing so hard that he causes the bunny to fall into Cody's grill. But Cody opens the grill, freeing the bunny, but the bunny is injured, and then he hits him, sending the bunny flying elsewhere. Later again, then you got one of the coolest moments. You see Jeff and Lindsay, Jeff and Bridget reunited, and Lindsay and Tyler reunited, where Lindsay has a hard time remembering who Tyler was. Then you see
something tells me he won't be eager to lock lips with you anytime soon. You should talk, Pit Rat.
Then you have Courtney who keeps reminding her that she's a CIT, and everyone claims they don't remember Harold rigging the votes to eliminate her, and then Lindsay brings up an excellent point, and one of the greatest points ever. Courtney is one of my least favorite characters in the show.
But it must be pretty special.
Least favorite characters in the show, and she says, who cares what Harold did? You had just been voted off in another episode. Nobody liked you all that much. And then Courtney tries to insist that everyone likes her, and once again brings up the CIT garbage, to which everyone says we know. But yeah, what else? So yeah, then yeah. The only thing I didn't like about this episode was the end, where we have a sudden death elimination, where Chris tricks everyone into voting off Lashana by everyone saying her name. Then a pigeon repeatedly repeats Lashana's name, and thus Lashana gets randomly and shockingly voted off. That was next to Lindsay's, Bev's, and Ezekiel's, in my opinion, one of the worst and most BS eliminations ever. Next was
into your undies and let them melt.
And next was then you got episodes 21 through 24, which features the remaining cast members. Lashana before her elimination, Heather, Owen, Gwen, and Duncan, all quote unquote surviving together. Then there were only 3. Duncan gets eliminated, and then in episodes 25, 26, it depends on which versions, 25 through 26 or 7. In the version I watched on one of the Watch Cartoons Online websites, it's 27, but you have 25, one of the big season finale, the first of your season finale, the big dare episode, the big triple dog dare episode, the grossest episode in history, where Owen, Gwen, and Heather are the 3 finalists in the total drama. And now they come up with a sudden death dare elimination, where where Chris has a giant wheel. He spins it with the cast members on it, with the cast members and their specific dare on it. He spins with whoever lands on the Owen, Gwen, and Heather have to perform that person's dare or refuse it for a sicker dare even later. Owen bravely goes through all of the quote unquote dares, thus he wins immunity he wins immunity. Gwen tricks. Now Gwen convinces Owen to split her immunity with Gwen so they can double team and eliminate Heather. In exchange for a box of donuts or splitting the prize money with him if she wins. If she loses, then a box of donuts. And it's here where they double team Heather, making her do things like licking Owen's armpit, eating jelly, sucking jelly from Owen's belly button, wrestling a crocodile, and doing other dangerous stunts. Gwen is forced by Heather to drink from the communal toilets, drink from the quote-unquote communal toilets, and one of the nastiest parts of the episode, drink punch from the communal toilets. And but finally it's worth it, because when it lands on Lindsay, oh man, for Heather thinks because it's Lindsay it won't be too bad, but it's actually worse because Lindsay suggests shaving your head. So Heather has to choose between getting her head shaved or being eliminated and losing her chance to win the prize money.
Do you use the freebie? Or do I save it for an even sicker dare down the road?
She has a hard time deciding, but she kicks the razor out of Chef Hatchett's hand. And the razor falls on her anyway, shaving most of her hair, and thus Heather is eliminated. To which she goes on a long, memorable rant saying, I thought she said eliminated. What are you talking about? And Chris said, here's how it goes. They win, you lose. He said, she said, but he shaved my head. He said, yeah, but you didn't actually accept it there. If you were to actually, you didn't actually accept it there. If you accepted it there, you had a shaved head, but you still be in the game. So once again, they win, you lose, and then she screams and she says, all right, but I'm gonna sue you, blind, and then Chris McClain says, yes, get in line. A lot of people claiming they're going to sue. However, only one camper, who I'm going to mention later in this video, is the only one that successfully sued Chris McClain. Chris McClain.
Sorry, guys. I keep getting all the good ones.
Chris McClain says, yes, get in line. It's going to be a long day. And then she says, a long road, when I sue you for everything you got. And then Chris says, and then there were two. Tune in to see who wins. Tune in next time for Total Drama Island. And then Heather was like, you want drama? You'll be pitiless. Your name will be mine. Jobless as she goes back to the Heather elimination. I like Heather, but she deserved this so much. She was such a prick this entire season. She did a lot of people wrong and embodied and eliminated a lot of people from this quote unquote competition, and used and abused a bunch of people, including Lindsay and Beth. She deserved every bit of this. I would never wish anyone getting their head shaved, but she deserved that elimination. She deserved that quote unquote elimination. It was one of the best things ever. It was Heather's memorable elimination, which inspired me to rewatch this series, which is one of the things that inspired me to rewatch this series again, reliving that awesome moment, with her finally getting eliminated, and the huge rant at the end. It was such an epic foreshadowing, her getting eliminated, that everyone saw it. Everyone at the island saw it. Even the animals reacted to Heather's elimination. It was such a big thing. She screwed a lot of people just to make it to the final three, and to come so close only to lose. Man, you almost feel sorry for her. You remember all the people she stepped on to get here, man. Then you got the next episode. It's not over yet. where the characters, where the camp, where all of the campers are brought back for the season finale. For the season finale.
They're obviously gonna gang up and whoop me with theirs.
For the season finale, to help to assist Gwen and Owen in their final challenge, and that's retrieving the prize money in the forest. Then a huge and crossing the finish line at the end. Trent and a small group. Trent and a small group support Gwen, but everyone else supports Owen, because Owen, since if he wins, they're gonna party on a yacht. So everyone, including Heather, supports Owen. Heather even tries to support Owen by giving an laxative muffin. I think it's a muffin. It's some kind of muffin. I think it's a cupcake. A cupcake to Gwen. But Gwen doesn't want to eat it. But Gwen thinks it's from Trent, and Gwen still gives it to Owen. This causes Owen to get the runs, and he goes into the confessional stands, much to the dismay of Chris, and does his business. Does a number on that concession stand, which this comes back later. Later when during the challenge, the wind blows and it causes
you're not gonna like this
the wind.
one. Have your head
The
shaved
wind,
by Shaq.
the wind blows Heather's wig off, and Heather says, "Can't you idiots do anything right?" And Lashana said, "That's it." When Heather puts back on her hair, Lashana grabs her and puts her in the confession stands and locks her in there by putting the stick on the door, preventing it from opening. Thus Heather is stuck in the stinky confessional Owen just used and has to have her nose covered, thus she can't hear who won. Then later Owen finally wins, but I think a couple of sharks eat the prize money, leading to the next season. Probably when they got in, like after all of that, Owen loses the prize money like that. It's starting another season, but an awesome, yeah, like I said, what an awesome episode. Then when it's over, when they're at the final bonfire, Chris gives Owen the final marshmallow, showing that he is the winner, he's the winner, and Owen says, "You know what, guys? You know what time it is?" And they all take Chris and throw him in the water, dunking him in the water to Chef Hatchet. How you like that? Reality, man. Reality, Mr. Show Off, something like that. I've always wanted to do that. And then Chef says, "Oh, Chef." And then Owen says, "You're next, bro." And they prepare to dunk him in there, and they all run. And the episode ends with them running, and then Gwen says, "Come on, you gotta be happy to see him. You gotta be happy to see him get dunked." And she says, "Yeah, I am." And then Gwen says, "You still stink though. And before that, when at the bonfire, Eva also comments on Gwen's stink, says, "You really stink." One of the that moment was just hilarious, man. I also would wish that on Heather Rita being locked in a porta potty, confessional porta potty that Owen just used. Like I said, show was the greatest. This show was the greatest, and it was a masterpiece. And like I said, this was one of the many shows carrying Cartoon Network during the whole, during that god-awful 2005 through 8 and 11, especially the 2008 through 11 portion, the weakest portion. From 2005 through 8, you at least had other good stuff like Naruto, Bleach, Boondocks, Ben 10, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Hi Puffy Amiyumi, Class of 3000, Class of 3000 and many more shows I can't remember at the moment. You still had several good things during that week 2005 through 8 era, including reruns of popular 90s, early 2000 shows. So yeah, but the 2008 through 11 era, that was the worst era, but this was one of the highlights. I stopped following the show midway during season 2, Total Drama Action. Favorite characters, like I said in part 1, are Owen, Gwen, the 2 finalists, Harold, Duncan, Cody, Trent, Ezekiel, Tyler, Jeff, Bridget, Lindsay, and of course Beth for the contestants. Then these are not contestants, but Chef, Hatchet, Chris McLean, and the various animals, the bear, the Sasquatch, and the sharks, who were just as much a part of the show as the cast members. Like I said in the narration portion, this show did what in my opinion, this show accomplished 2 impossible feats. 1, make a show about camp good. Of course, it helped that this was a cartoon, so you get to suspend people's belief and go completely off the wall, because these are still, even though this is based upon something real, reality TV is based upon it's still a cartoon, so you get to go beyond the realm of what's his name, including having animals do human things like sharks getting panicures, getting face masks or panicures, something during the Loser Resorts episode. The sharks reacting to Justin's bod, which, by the way, before I continue with what I liked about this show, let's go back to favorite and worst characters. I told you my favorite characters, but the worst characters in this show. Courtney, she was tolerable in this season, but she completely killed the next season with her lawsuits, and she was always useless and belittling everyone on her team while being useless herself. I was glad when Harold voted her off, and like Lindsay said, if not Harold, you've just been voted off in another episode, because no one liked the character. She keeps reminding people that she's a CIT, which is sort of funny how people react to it. Then you got what's the next character? Oh, then you got Justin. Justin was okay and funny in this season, but in the first half of the next season, he is deplorable, causing a rift between Trent and Gwen's relationship, causing them to break up, and then causing Gwen to be eliminated from the show early, which severely killed the show. He's much better when Courtney returns and takes over as main antagonist. He reforms and is a much better, and goes back to normal and is a much better character after that. Then you got Alejandro, who's a character in season 3 of the show. He's just like Justin, using his good looks to charm and manipulate people. And he killed the show because I didn't like his character, and they tried to do a cool redemption arc for Heather, and the redemption arc was well written, but I just didn't care for it, and I damn sure didn't care for their relationship right here. See, these are my least favorite characters, but everyone else is fun. But the ones I named are my favorites. These are characters I relate the most to, and I enjoy the most. I'm mixed about Ezekiel. The feral monster thing is definitely stupid, and it's dumb, but it's great character development and he has the biggest and best character arc for a character who wasn't popular at all and was eliminated early. So and he got a happy ending with the mutants worshiping him at the end. So yeah, those are my all-time favorite and worst. Those are my all-time favorite and worst characters. Going back to them doing the impossible, making a camp show good. It helps that this is a cartoon. I'm talking about you, Bonk. Then you got reality TV, something I've never cared for. I only watch reality TV when it's sports, and I even thought those were terrible. Shows like The Ultimate Fighter for the UFC, The Contender for boxing, contender for boxing, which that was okay. That was actually okay in comparison to other reality-based shows. Then you had WWE's Tough Enough, which I enjoy, but I think it sucks and exposes and makes the business look bad. And it was just a chance for wrestlers to bully. It was just a chance for wrestlers to push around and bully trainees who they were jealous of, because those trainees were better at their job than they were. Then quote unquote they were. But that's a rant for another day. That's a rant for another day. Going back to Total Drama Island. So yeah, Total Drama Island. Awesome show. Total Drama Island. So yeah, make reality TV good. And then since this is a cartoon, they get to go beyond reality. They get to go beyond reality and pretty much do anything. Have characters pretty much do anything in the cartoon, because it's a cartoon so much that they made it even better. It's better than real life reality television series, better than Survivor, which this is a parody of. So yeah, it was created by Tom McGillis and Jen. What was her name again? Jennifer Perch, who also created 16, which I'm about to talk about next. This show, so yeah, like I said, the sequels were terrible. Total Drama action was atrocious. It started off good, but got horrible. It got horrible quickly, especially when Gwen and Trent were eliminated. Then worse, Courtney, who in my opinion should have never come back. She should have been relegated to cameos for people who still like the Courtney character after her appearance in the first season. That's seriously one of the worst and most useless characters they've ever created, and she killed every season she was in. And even with all her lawyers, yeah, she was the first character to actually sue Chris McLean. Even with all her lawyers, she still lost and got eliminated in Top Dog episode. The only thing good about this season was Beth, much to my surprise, winning. Beth, the character of Beth, winning. And Duncan being a finalist, actually being a finalist, being the final too. That's the only thing good about this season. And then you got season 3, Total Drama World Tour. This was slightly better than action, but still terrible. Alejandro and Heather's art killed it for me, and Ezekiel and Harold's quick eliminations both killed this season for me. The only thing cool about this season was Tyler and Lindsay. Tyler Lindsay and Cody lasted longer in this season than they did in the previous season. In the previous season, as did Gwen, who she stayed in this season longer than she did in the last one. But then you got season 4, Revenge of the Island. This season was atrocious. This was the first season to feature entirely new cast members, and this season was terrible. The new cast members were okay, but the season finale, my favorite part of the season finale, where Chris blows up can't walk and knock, and turns into a hazardous waste dump, something like that. He causes some kind of environmental disaster and gets arrested. It gets arrested by everyone. To which this leads to one of the funniest moments where Chris McLean, where the people say, "Chris McLean, you are under arrest." And Chris McLean, I love the Canadian accent. He says, "For what? For what?" And he says, "For turning the entire camp into a hazardous waste dump," something like that. Environmental disaster. Then you got the season 5. Then you got the final season, All Stars, which surprisingly, despite bringing several characters back, this was somehow even worse than the last season. The only thing good was Chef Hatchet, bringing bailing Chris out of jail to host another season of Total Drama Island. So and I haven't seen it with Duncan was racing. Total Drama, which I've seen on Cartoon Network, is actually okay, but it contradicts so many things about Total Drama Island. The most clever is Jude from 16 guest stars in an episode. So So other than that, yeah. So other than that, yeah. This first season was the best season. So yeah, you don't want to hear the rest of the music. Turn the video off right now.